No topic was off limits for Gwyneth Paltrow during her Goop Immersive wellness experience over the weekend. The Oscar winner got personal during her 45-minute Ask Me Anything Q&A, talking about her divorce from Chris Martin, her daughter Apple starting college, her business, and future acting plans. During the candid chat, the Goop founder admitted she does not miss acting. Quote, "Do I have any plans to go back into acting? No, not really. I don't miss it, which I think is an interesting data point. When I think about the back half of my life, I don't long for it. I don't miss it. I have no idea what's going on in the movie business. I'm so focused on other things. I did promise my mom that if I ever am not doing this job, I'll do a play. I would never say never. Things can rekindle for you at different times in your life. I have lived long enough to know that you can never make assumptions about your life or who you are or who you're going to be. So I'm open to whatever happens, but I don't look for it," she said in part according to The Hollywood Reporter. Per the outlet, the 50-year-old also revealed she stopped reading press about herself more than 25 years ago. Quote, "Before I started Goop, when I became a person in the culture or a famous person, I had to decide to cut myself off from the court of public opinion. I stopped reading press about myself when I was 22 years old. There is a part of us that's so tender and a part of us that's our ego. Both of those parts get hurt when people don't like us or they say, 'I hate what you're doing. I hate what you stand for.' In a way, being a famous actress was a primer for me to now do this role. I started talking about things that were not in the mainstream, whether I was trying to get divorced in a nice way or have acupuncture." The Iron Man star was married to Coldplay frontman Chris Martin from 2003 to 2016. They share 2 kids, 18-year-old daughter Apple and 16-year-old son Moses. While talking to the audience, Gwen admitted she felt like she, quote, "let everyone down after her first marriage didn't work," and explained how she disappointed her kids. Quote, "I think that all successful marriages are second marriages, because if you don't find your second marriage in your first marriage, you're in trouble. You have many marriages in a marriage. I was not able to make my first marriage work. I took it as a huge failure. I felt like I had let everyone down. It's still hard," she said according to The Hollywood Reporter, adding, quote, "A couple weeks ago, my son came home from his dad's and he said, 'It's just hard for me that I don't get to be with you guys at the same time.' And so we all went out to dinner last week. You know, I have disappointed kids. It's never going to be the same as if I stayed together with their dad. But I couldn't make that marriage work. I was very lucky enough to meet Brad Falchuk, and that we met at a time when our values and what we wanted and our interests really lined up. We do work really, really hard to maintain it." Gwen has been married to producer Brad Falchuk since 2018. While reflecting on what Moses told her, she explained why she decided to see that moment as a lesson. Quote, "When Moses said that to me the other day, I had a pang. And then I thought, I can take this as I've hurt my kids and it's my fault, or I can take this as thank you so much for giving me this feedback. This is such important feedback for me to know, and I can do something about this. I love Dad. Let's do things more together. I think it's more about a child having their feelings acknowledged and feeling seen than making everything okay. I always say we're no longer a couple, but I want us to stay a family." Gwyneth also touched on how she is navigating her daughter Apple going to college and how she communicates with her now that she's an adult. Quote, "I talk to Apple about things that make her feel connected to herself. When she says she's reading a book that's interesting, I delve into it with her. The more that she has an inner life, the more she starts to feel better about who she is. She's had a big function and growth step going to college. Every little opening she gives me, that she talks to me about her experience of being this new person on campus, I try to lean into. I'm trying to respect her as this emerging adult."